Football Coaches Association, also known as SAFCA, will convene its second youth coaching seminar Friday in Johannesburg at the Johannesburg Stadium. Now, the purpose of the seminar is to continue to unite coaches under a national playing philosophy that defines who our football and our football identity basically is. The seminar also serves to provide an opportunity for development and youth coaches to interact with elite PSL and national team coaches for the betterment of the game. Joining me to chat about this, SAFCA General Secretary Thuso Tshabalala. Thuso, welcome to Sports on Prime. It's a jam-packed show today. We're turning over football. Yeah?
Good evening and good evening to your viewers.
Tell us more about the seminar. I mean, last year was the opening, well, the first one as it were. This year, hoping to build on the success of that one.
Exactly. We basically trying to build on the momentum of the atmosphere that we created last year. But this time around, the most interesting part is that we're celebrating the tribute of the legacy of the late Prophet Dumitru. As you remember very well, that last year, in that seminar, that's when
the same seminar.
Exactly.
When we heard
that's when we got the news of the passing of late Ted Dumitru. So we're just giving tribute to that, and we also acknowledging the other founding members in the likes of Coach Sembata, Coach Kevin Johnson, Coach Simon Ngomani as the founding members of the South African Football Coaches Association.
It's interesting. I mean, you look at South African football coaches right now. The past 2-3 seasons, one could say it's guys like you, young guys who are in the forefront. I mean, Benny McCarthy recently, one of those good coaches that started off winning. I mean, but he's still up there fighting a good fight. Johannesburg United also got another young coach. There's obviously something being done right by SAFCA.
True that. If you look at that, the coaching education from SAFCA side of things is doing a very fantastic job in terms of making sure that we have top caliber coaches who are readily available to be able to impart knowledge to the young and upcoming players. As well as SAFCA, it's playing its important role in making sure that our coaches are also competent enough to be able to impart knowledge to the young and upcoming players.
As you look at on the screen just a short while ago, Stuart Baxter was on there. Okay. In the intro I mentioned South Africa's philosophy or the playing style of South African football, as it were. We've always been told that we've got this Brazilian flair, or what we're supposed to have. We've had a couple of Brazilian coaches. Is this maybe where SAFCA can help define what we call South African football? Or maybe you can tell me what is the South African football style, as it were, right now?
I think SAFCA has been very consistent in sending a message with regards to the playing philosophy. For example, if you look at the past weekend, the match that we played against Burkina Faso, the ability for our players to be able to express themselves, that's the type of football that we've been advocating as a South African Football Coaches Association. If you look at the document that we've put in the past around the playing philosophy, it basically emphasizes on the ability or taking advantage of the players' bio-profile attributes and abilities, making sure that the coaches who are coaching those players are taking advantage or are fully understanding the abilities of the South African football players.
Close to 200 coaches attended last year's seminar. What should we expect this year?
As I said before, that we're building on the momentum of last year. So we were expecting more or less the same number of youth coaches, because the response up to so far has been very impressive. So we're expecting more or less the same number of coaches, around 200 coaches, to attend the seminar as well.
South African Football Coaches Association, is the buy-in from the South African Football Association? Because at the end of the day, there must be a work-in-hand process.
If you remember very well, last year in our first seminar, we had the luxury of the technical director being part of the seminar. We also had the likes of the national head coach, assistant coach in the likes of Thabo Sinong being part of the proceedings. So this year we have invited a head of coaching department from the SAFA side, which is Mr. Franz Mohashwa, to open the proceedings for us. So there is that symmetric relationship between the two organizations, of which is SAFCA and SAFA.
A couple of years' time, we're seeing 23-year-old coach national team, yes?
It is a possibility.
Oh. Thuso Tshabalala speaking to us right here on Sports and Prime. SAFCA General Secretary telling us all things about the seminar. Youth seminar begins Friday, Johannesburg Stadium. Just quick on Thuso, can anyone just come through and be part of it and support? See what's happening?
Yes, we inviting all the coaches around the country because at the end of the day, we're trying to rally everyone around the national playing philosophy. So everyone is welcome to attend.
Johannesburg Stadium is where you can go and join Thuso, Tshabalala, as well as SAFCA, the South African Football Coaches Association. All things about football this weekend, in fact, beginning Friday, just for one day. Unfortunately, that's where you're going to have to call it for tonight's show. Sports Live at SABC.co.za, where you can get all of us at SABC Sports Live. Our Twitter handle. You can also follow at www.sabc.co.za.